Most women have heard about the G-spot, but what if everything you thought you knew about it was completely wrong? For decades, myths and misinformation have left countless women frustrated, wondering if they're missing out on the ultimate pleasure or if it even exists at all. Today, we're going to separate fact from fiction and reveal what really matters for female sexual satisfaction. Hi, I'm Dr. Jen Gunter, a women's health doctor with over 20 years of experience helping women in their 60s and beyond regain their vitality. I've worked with thousands of women who thought this is just aging, but together we've uncovered a hidden culprit: nutrition. Most women assume that pleasure and sexual health decline naturally with age, but that's not the full story. What you eat, how you move, and the small daily choices you make can dramatically influence your sexual well-being, including your ability to experience pleasure. Today, we're going to explore the science behind female pleasure, clear up the myths around the G-spot, and show you practical steps you can take to reconnect with your body no matter your age. Sexual pleasure isn't just about anatomy. It's deeply connected to your overall health, your hormones, blood flow, and even emotional well-being. Many women think it's all about finding the perfect spot, but the truth is, your body is far more complex and amazing than any single point. The G-spot, if it exists, is just one piece of the puzzle. Real pleasure comes from understanding your body, listening to its signals, and giving yourself permission to explore without judgment. It's about tuning into what feels good, not what the magazines or myths tell you should feel good. Hormones play a huge role as they fluctuate with age. They can affect arousal, sensitivity, and even your mood. Blood flow is another critical factor. Proper circulation ensures your tissues respond fully and comfortably during intimacy. And let's not forget, your mind, stress, anxiety, and emotional health can either heighten pleasure or block it entirely. So rather than obsessing over whether the G-spot is real, the real secret is learning to connect with your body on all levels: physically, emotionally, and mentally. When you do, every sensation becomes more vivid, every touch more meaningful, and your sexual confidence grows. And the best part: these are things you can start practicing today, without any equipment, special tools, or pressure to perform. In this video, I'm going to break it down into simple, actionable steps, habits, and techniques that empower you to reclaim your pleasure, boost your confidence, and truly enjoy your intimate life, no matter your age. Step 1. Know your anatomy. The first step to unlocking real sexual pleasure is knowing your own body, and I mean really knowing it. For too long, women have been told to rely on partners or myths about the G-spot without ever taking the time to explore themselves. But here's the truth: no one knows your body better than you do. Start with curiosity, not judgment. Take a moment for yourself in the shower, in front of a mirror, or lying comfortably in bed. Gently explore your vulva and vagina. Notice the textures, the sensitivity, the areas that make you feel good. There's no rush, no pressure, no right way to do this. It's about discovering what's uniquely yours. Science backs this up. Women who understand their own anatomy experience less anxiety and more sexual satisfaction. When you know where your clitoris, labia, and vaginal walls are, when you understand how they respond to touch, your body becomes a map of pleasure, and you gain confidence that transforms your intimate experiences. Let me tell you about Sarah, 32. She had never intentionally touched her clitoris, thinking it was weird or unnecessary. She assumed her sexual satisfaction depended entirely on her partner. But once she allowed herself to explore, really learn her body's responses, everything changed. Her orgasms became more frequent and intense. She realized that pleasure wasn't about performing or finding a magic spot, it was about connection with herself. And this is where mindset matters. Many women carry shame or embarrassment around self-exploration, thinking they should already know these things. But sexual curiosity is natural, healthy, and empowering. Approaching your body with kindness and interest is the first step in reclaiming pleasure that may have felt elusive for years. You might be thinking, I don't have time, or I feel awkward doing this. That's normal. Start small. Even 5 minutes a day to just notice sensations, breathe, and connect with yourself can make a huge difference. Over time, you'll notice subtle shifts, areas that feel more responsive, increased arousal, and a growing confidence in your own sexuality. It's like learning a new skill. The more you practice, the more skilled and attuned you become. And here's an important note: knowing your anatomy isn't just about physical pleasure. It's about emotional empowerment. When you understand your body, you reclaim control. You start to feel entitled to your own pleasure, your own curiosity, and your own satisfaction. That confidence often carries over into relationships, communication, and overall well-being. Women who explore themselves regularly report not only better orgasms, but also a stronger sense of self, less anxiety around intimacy, and more authentic connections with partners. So don't skip this step. Treat it as an exciting discovery rather than a chore. Use mirrors, gentle touch, and maybe even a journal to note what you discover about your sensations, your preferences, and your curiosities. Remember, there's no destination here. It's an ongoing journey of connection with your own body. The G-spot might or might not exist, but knowing your own anatomy ensures that every experience is maximized, confident, and uniquely pleasurable. By taking this first step, you're laying the foundation for all the other habits we'll explore. It's the starting point for greater sexual empowerment, more intimate pleasure, and a deeper understanding of yourself. And the best part, this knowledge is yours, permanent, and can grow with you over time. You don't need anyone's permission, just curiosity, patience, and willingness to explore. Next, we'll move on to step 2, which is all about prioritizing arousal and foreplay, because knowing your anatomy is only part of the puzzle. The right preparation ensures your body responds fully, and that pleasure becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Step 2, prioritize arousal and foreplay. Now that you know your body, the next step is all about setting the stage for pleasure. Too many women jump straight to penetration and wonder why it doesn't feel amazing. The truth is, your body needs time, attention, and proper arousal to respond fully. Think of foreplay as warming up before a workout. It's not optional, it's essential. 10 to 20 minutes of gentle touch, kissing, or stimulation increases blood flow to your genital tissues, heightens sensitivity, and primes your nervous system for pleasure. Let me share Jessica's story, 40. She and her partner were frustrated because orgasms were rare and unsatisfying. They started dedicating at least 50 minutes to foreplay before penetration, exploring different touches and focusing on what felt good. The difference was incredible. Jessica reported stronger orgasms, more intimacy, and a sense of anticipation that made every encounter exciting again. Here's the key: foreplay isn't just physical, it's about attention, curiosity, and communication. Pay attention to what your body responds to, where your touch feels best, which areas make you tingle, and how your breathing changes. Experiment with different rhythms, pressures, and sensations. This isn't a performance, it's discovery. And don't underestimate the emotional side. Feeling safe, relaxed, and present allows your body to respond naturally. Stress, fatigue, or rushing can block pleasure entirely. Treat foreplay as your time to connect with yourself, your partner, and your sensations. Even if you're solo, these principles apply. Use your hands, explore your erogenous zones, or experiment with gentle toys. The goal is to understand what truly excites you, what brings you pleasure, and how your body reacts. When you're confident in this, partnered intimacy becomes more intuitive, enjoyable, and deeply satisfying. So remember, arousal is the gateway to pleasure. Foreplay isn't just an add-on, it's the foundation for everything that follows. By prioritizing it, you're telling your body, I see you, I care about your sensations, and that mindset alone can amplify every experience. Next, we'll move on to step 3, experimenting with positions and pressure, because once your body is primed, discovering what stimulates you most becomes an exciting adventure rather than guesswork. Step 3, experiment with position and pressure. Now that your body is warmed up and fully aroused, it's time to explore, to really play with positions and pressure. Pleasure isn't one size fits all, and the perfect position for someone else may do very little for you. Think of this step like tuning a musical instrument. Slight changes in angle, depth, or pressure can completely change the experience. Don't be afraid to try new positions, both alone and with a partner, and notice how your body responds. Some areas may feel more sensitive than others, and that's normal. Maria, 28, discovered this firsthand. She had struggled with achieving consistent orgasms. By experimenting with different positions and adjusting pressure along the anterior vaginal wall, she unlocked sensations she didn't even know existed. The G-spot, if it exists for her, became part of a larger map of pleasure, not the sole focus. Pay attention to subtle cues, the way your breath changes, where your muscles tighten, or where you feel the most tingling. Communicate these with your partner if you're with someone. Simple phrases like "a little more pressure here" or "slightly slower" can make a huge difference. Solo exploration works too. Try lying in different positions, using your hands or toys to vary pressure and angles. The goal isn't to reach a specific spot. It's to learn how your body reacts and discover which types of stimulation feel best for you. Remember, experimentation is about curiosity, not performance. Every body is unique, and what works today may evolve over time. Approaching this with a playful, open mindset helps reduce anxiety and increases your confidence, making pleasure more accessible and enjoyable. Once you've explored positions and pressure, the next step is mindfulness, tuning into your sensations and being present in the moment, which can dramatically amplify your experience. Step 4. Incorporate mindfulness. By now, you've explored your body, prioritized arousal, and experimented with positions and pressure. The next step is mindfulness, being fully present in your body and your sensations. This is where pleasure truly deepens. Many women rush through intimacy or get caught up in distractions, worries, or self-judgment. Mindfulness teaches you to slow down, notice every touch, every sensation, and connect with the feelings in your body without overthinking. Emily, 35, struggled with feeling disconnected during intimacy. She often focused on performing or whether she would reach orgasm, which actually blocked her pleasure. After practicing mindful touch, paying attention to her breathing, noticing the subtle tingles, and staying present, her orgasms became more frequent and intense. She learned that the journey, not just the destination, matters. Here's how to practice mindfulness. Start by taking a few deep breaths, letting your body relax and tuning into how each touch feels. Notice what areas are sensitive, which touches excite you, and how your body responds. Don't judge yourself or rush, just observe. Mindfulness isn't just about solo exploration. When you're with a partner, it's about being fully engaged, noticing how their touch feels, and communicating your sensations. This focus creates intimacy, heightens arousal, and deepens pleasure. The science behind it is simple. The more your brain and body are fully engaged in the moment, the stronger the neural pathways associated with pleasure become. Mindfulness amplifies everything you've learned in steps 1-3 and makes orgasms more accessible, more satisfying, and more connected to your body and emotions. Once you've mastered mindfulness, the next step is simple but often overlooked: lubrication. Ensuring comfort and ease allows your body to respond fully to all the sensations you've been discovering. Step 5. Use lubrication. Now that you've explored your body, prioritized arousal, experimented with positions, and practiced mindfulness, there's one simple step that can dramatically improve your experience: lubrication. This isn't just about comfort, it's about unlocking the full potential of your sensations. As we age, natural lubrication can decrease due to hormonal changes, stress, or medications, even if you're younger. Sometimes your body just needs a little extra help. Using a high-quality, water-based lubricant reduces friction, prevents discomfort, and allows your tissues to respond fully to touch and stimulation. Claire, 45, had always avoided trying new techniques because penetration sometimes felt uncomfortable. Once she started using lubricant, she could explore her body freely, try different positions, and actually enjoy sensations she'd been missing. Her confidence grew, and she reported more satisfying and intense orgasms. Here's the best part: lubrication gives you permission to play. You can explore textures, pressure, and angles without worrying about discomfort. It also makes intimacy with a partner smoother and more pleasurable for both of you. And remember, this isn't about needing a product to feel pleasure. It's about enhancing what your body can already do. Choosing the right lubricant is simple. Water-based options are versatile and safe with all toys and condoms. Silicone-based lubricants last longer and provide a different sensation. Experiment to see what feels best for your body, and don't be afraid to mix and match based on your mood and activity. With lubrication in place, your body can respond fully to all the mindful exploration, touch, and stimulation you've been practicing. The next and final step is communication. Learning to share your preferences openly with a partner ensures that every intimate moment is as satisfying as possible. Step 6. Communicate with your partner. The final step in reclaiming your sexual pleasure is communication. Even after exploring your body, prioritizing arousal, experimenting with positions, practicing mindfulness, and using lubrication, your experience will be limited if you don't share your preferences with your partner. Communication isn't just talking, it's guiding, expressing, and giving feedback. Simple phrases like "a little more pressure here" or "slightly slower" can transform an experience from average to extraordinary. When your partner knows what feels good for you, intimacy becomes more connected, satisfying, and enjoyable for both of you. Megan, 38, had always struggled to reach orgasm with her partner. She assumed he should just know. After a few honest conversations about what touches worked best, where she was most sensitive, and what she enjoyed, their intimacy changed completely. She experienced stronger, more frequent orgasms, and their relationship grew closer emotionally and physically. Even if you're single, communication applies to yourself. Notice what works, give yourself permission to adjust pressure, angles, and rhythm, and mentally affirm your own pleasure. The more you practice this kind of self-awareness, the easier it becomes to guide a partner in the future. Remember, communication isn't about criticism or performance, it's about connection and curiosity. Sharing your desires openly fosters trust, deepens intimacy, and helps both you and your partner experience pleasure more fully. It turns sexual experiences into a collaborative, joyful exploration rather than a guessing game. With these 6 steps, knowing your anatomy, prioritizing arousal, experimenting with positions, practicing mindfulness, using lubrication, and communicating, you have a complete roadmap to reclaiming sexual satisfaction at any age. The G-spot might or might not exist, but what truly matters is understanding your body, listening to your sensations, and embracing pleasure with confidence. Let's remember Barbara, 50. She thought she was too old for sexual pleasure, convinced that her best years were behind her. But with just a few small adjustments, exploring her body, prioritizing arousal, experimenting with positions, practicing mindfulness, using lubrication, and communicating openly, she discovered a whole new dimension of intimacy. Not only did her sexual satisfaction improve, but her confidence soared, and her relationship grew stronger than ever. Barbara's story isn't unique. Every woman has the capacity to reconnect with her body, reclaim her pleasure, and embrace intimacy at any age. These steps aren't about chasing myths or hitting a specific spot. They're about self-discovery, empowerment, and allowing yourself to fully enjoy the sensations and connection that your body is capable of. So remember, pleasure isn't reserved for youth. It's about curiosity, attention, and care for yourself. Your body can respond beautifully at any stage of life. All it needs is awareness, practice, and a little patience. If Barbara's story resonates with you, know that you can start today. Small intentional steps can transform your intimate life, your confidence, and your sense of self. And that's the real secret behind female pleasure. It's not about finding a mythical spot. It's about embracing your body, your sensations, and your curiosity fully. The G-spot might or might not exist, but your pleasure is real and achievable. These aren't magic tricks. They are small, mindful choices that empower you to connect with your body, understand your sensations, and fully embrace your sexual well-being. Every step we covered, knowing your anatomy, prioritizing arousal, experimenting with positions and pressure, practicing mindfulness, using lubrication, and communicating openly, is a way to reclaim control and confidence over your intimate life. You don't need anyone's permission, and you don't need to fit into myths or expectations. Your pleasure is yours to explore and enjoy. If this video helped you understand your body better, share it with a friend or loved one. You might change their life. And if you want more guidance on women's health, sexual wellness, and practical tips to reconnect with your body at any age, subscribe to my channel. Together we can demystify sexual health, empower women, and make pleasure a natural, joyful part of life. Remember, your body deserves attention, curiosity, and care. Start small, stay curious, and give yourself permission to enjoy every sensation. That's the real secret to lasting, fulfilling pleasure, and it's available to you today.